This is my creation of Line 6 Wagner. It's called Pete's Fuzz. And it kind of goes like, oh, and this is just the neck pickup only, which I really don't use a lot, because I like that high treble. So if this gets a little too loud, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, let's get this back on the stand. I just wanted to, throw that out there to everybody. Let's see, here we go. Okay, all right. So today, actually, hang on a minute. Let me turn that around. How y'all doing? Now you get to see the real guy, huh? Ugly. That's what we call us today, ugly. So today marks 17 years of YouTube for my friend Pete. Hang on one second. So today is 17 years that I've been making videos for YouTube. It's still going strong. I love making videos, okay? Let's get us up here. We got, good morning, Pete. Congratulations, Shad's Garage. Ted Randazio, what's up, Teddy? Versatech, been with me for a long time. Rainwall, Rawl. Robin Lavasso and Slavik Pirskik. We got you, buddy, and everybody else coming online. So today is 17 years, and I'm still working. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go out and work on our Corvette. Wow, I can't believe it. So I got on my phone, clicked on YouTube, and this thing comes up and says, congratulations, 17 years old, YouTube, blah, 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 and whoopee wowie whoa. But yeah, that's kind of exciting that I've been making videos for 17 years. Where does the time go? We don't know. 17 years. Can you think back 17 years and see how quick that the 17 years has actually gone? It's crazy, people. Crazy. I'm kind of speechless today. Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Today I'm going to hide from the world. Why? Why are you going to hide? Today's a beautiful day. Look. Can you see the sunshine in my eyes? There it is, right there. Okay? Get up. Go outside. Do something. Mike Briley, how you doing? Turning Guns today. We got Turning Guns. We got a bunch of other people. Let's go out in the shop. We're going to look and see what we've been doing. Now, I've been putting the Chevelle on hold. I worked on the Chevelle very vigorously and very hard. I'm talking about the 71 Chevelle. And I had to put it on hold. I hope the owner understands that I have to get this Corvette painted. The weather's starting to change out here in Moab. We got to get the Corvette painted, and it's very important that the Corvette gets painted. And let me go out there and we'll show you what's happening as we walk outside. So here's our Corvette. Here's our Chevelle. And this is almost paint ready, believe it or not. But we got to get the body work done. I think we went through that before. I went ahead and covered up the engine and the compartment of the frame, because what we're doing is block sanding our Corvette. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, to block sand a car like this, to meticulously get it paint ready, is a very, very big job. These two doors that you're looking at right here, to sand those two doors inside and out took almost 3/4 of a day to get them to where they're at now. And I still have to spot prime them one more time to sand them down to paint ready primer. So if you think sanding a car to get it ready to paint is an easy job, it's not. This is the most meticulous job that you're going to do, because always remember this, okay? Let me show you something that my buddy Josh out there in Sign Land gave me. Never say it's paint ready. It's not. It's not, people. It's not. And the reason it's not ready is because you have to take your time and you have to prep it properly, because prep work is the paint job. Now you can see right here, we got the front end right there from this fender over and underneath, and this fender right here was a day job. That took a day to block sand that by hand. What are we using to sand it with? Let me show you. We're using this right here. We're using this right here. Okay, we got a couple other sanders. Of course, we're using this. We got this sander here. And I lightly go over it with this first to take the glaze off. Once I take the glaze off, it's hand sanding from there. And we might use that, but we definitely use something like this. So that's what we've been really working on to concentrate. We got to get this ready for paint. Very, very important. Very important. I have learned a lot from you in the years you have been on YouTube. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. Okay, so that's what I'm probably going to work on today. I got to get this paint ready. We got us a hard hit in here. Let me see if I can walk in here without losing. I want to show you the front end of this. Here's the front end. So, Jeep. What he hit was a bull, okay? He hit a giant cow bull, and it totaled out the front end. So we're going to start on that here in a couple days. I got my Chevelle sitting outside. It's on hold right now because we got these two cars we have got to get done. Now, I did work on my core support for my Chevelle very briefly. Let's go ahead and look at that. And I'm going to be honest with you, and I want everybody to listen. This fucking car here, it's going way farther and beyond what I wanted to do to it, which basically happens with all cars. The owner of our Chevelle here, he started out with a paint job, and then I guess he was going to do all this, but we have now taken the body off, sandblasted it, changed bushings, rear ends, suspensions, fuel lines. You can see that. We got all these other lines going to this and that and the other, brake lines. And so, I mean, you start out with wanting to say, hey, I want to just paint it, make it look beautiful, and go down the road. But then when you really get into it, and here's a good example. We weren't even going to do this. You can see that the dash is taken out of the car, and we're probably going to go ahead and remove this to get this out to paint it. I just haven't got there yet, but that'll probably be painted. We're going to have to do something because we got to get this fucking carpet out of the car. But here's what Minnie's been working on. She's been hand sanding all this meticulous little stuff that goes to the dash. Another big job, okay? But here's what it leads into, and I want to show everybody this. Looky here. All right? And this goes for the Chevelle too. Now we're into electrical, and we're replacing wire harnesses. $700, people, for a factory OEM wire harness. And why wouldn't you do that on a car like this when you have it all torn down to that? Okay? So, I mean, I'm just saying $700. Let's put that back in here. And then, of course, the Chevelle, let's walk over here. After the owner saw the video of our Chevelle when we were tearing the body off, he decided to go ahead and get wire harnesses too. So it's a domino effect any fucking way you look at it, okay? if you're going to do something right, this is what happens. When I started up my Chevelle, I noticed the radiator was leaking profusely where the transmission hooks up down on the bottom here. So I ended up having to buy a fucking radiator, which pissed me off. And that radiator, the aluminum radiator you're looking at, you're thinking that's high-tech, high-expensive shit. It's a 3-core radiator that cost me about $135, $140 on eBay. And yeah, so it worked out good. And I also found out that on my car, there wasn't even a fan shroud on it. So I had to buy the fan shroud. So one thing leads into another, and before you fucking know it, you're spending $20 a piece for fucking headlights and all this other bullshit. And here, then it leads into the screw. Looky here, brand new adjusters and screws. And then it leads into brand new nuts and bolts to bolt everything together. And before you know it, we've sandblasted everything down and repainted shit and spent money on that. And now we got about $800 or $900 in this fucking core support that goes to a fucking car that might be worth that much if we're lucky. Yeah. So that was a lot to say about restoring cars. And believe me, restoring an old fucking car these days is not cheap. Believe me that. There was something else. Oh, here we go. Here's another eBay item that I got on eBay. And I guess you can tell what it is. Gas tank. Made in Taiwan. I got free shipping on this gas tank, this big giant box. The gas tank, I believe, was $145. You can't beat that deal on eBay, people. Okay? Now, if we walk into the shop, sometimes, unfortunately, you can't buy stuff on eBay, and you have to go ahead and get the stuff elsewhere. This gas tank here actually goes to our 71 Chevelle, but it just doesn't come with the gas tank. It comes with brand new straps. His straps were rotted. And then inside this box is a bunch of stuff that goes to this gas tank, because this gas tank actually has special outlets for it, for the vapor canister that was installed on the vehicle. So unfortunately, we couldn't find that one on eBay, and we had to buy it from somebody else. And the shipping on that fucking thing was $100. Yeah, so that's a little bit crazy. Don't forget, my friend Pete does have artwork for sale. We're not going to go through it. I've showed people it before. And if you're interested, contact me, and we will talk about it. I just got that picture right there. Let me stand here. Okay. And it's a beautiful picture. I took that picture. I photoshopped that picture. It's a beautiful picture of Arches National Park. And we're going to take this picture out of this frame, and then we're going to put this picture in it. So, yeah, that's a beautiful picture right there. I love taking pictures, people. That's something I like to do. Okay, so you saw that video of guitars. That was the very first video I ever made on YouTube. And let me sit down. So I don't know if you really paid attention to see how young I was in that. 17 years puts a lot of life on you, for sure. I totally look different than I do back then. But I remember that day when I got a camera for my birthday, and I never used it. It was a video camera that my kids bought me for Christmas. No, it was for my birthday. I bought it for my birthday. And then it just kind of sat around because it was one of those disc cameras, like a little disc, you know, you put in there and it makes a movie. Okay, well, I never really used it. And then I kind of heard about these digital cameras. And I thought, man, that's pretty cool. So hang on a minute. I want to show you my very first digital camera. Well, let's do this instead. I don't want to get it out of there. So inside that skeleton hand, that's the very first digital camera that I purchased that I made many, many YouTube videos on. And one night I was in my shop filming late, working on a Volkswagen. I tripped over the tripod and the camera slapped down on the ground and busted and never worked again. But that camera right there is basically my first YouTube camera, and I still got it 17 years later. So anyway, back to the story. So I decided, hey man, I want to have one of these digital cameras. I'd rather have a digital camera that has a built-in hard drive, like this one right here, instead of, these little stupid discs, and then I can get on my computer with Windows Movie Maker and I can make movies. But I didn't know about Windows Movie Maker at the time. All I was concerned about is getting the high-tech digital video camera and then go from there. So then one night I was in my room. That was my guitar room that you saw in that video. And my daughter came in and I was using my camera to videotape myself playing the guitar. And she said, hey, have you ever heard of YouTube? And I said, I don't even know what that is. So we got on her computer, which was in my guitar room, and she pulls up YouTube and she says, you ought to go ahead and open a YouTube account and start putting guitar videos on YouTube. So we sat there for about an hour. We opened up a YouTube account using that name. At the time, that was my very first YouTube channel, which I still upload videos on it, but not as much, and they're just stupid videos to keep the channel going. So we took my camera, which was not that camera. I'm sorry, that was actually the second camera that I got. The first camera I got was kind of like this one here. So we took the camera and we plugged it in with this cord right here, which I've had for a very long time. We plugged that camera into her computer and she showed me how to save that video on the computer, which I already knew how to do that. And then she showed me Windows Movie Maker, which I thought was a fantastic thing. And we made all these stupid effects and we turned the camera upside down and you kind of saw the video how stupid it was. But at the time, I thought that was badass. I probably watched the video 1,000 times over and over and over, laughing my ass off how stupid I was. And she showed me how to fast forward and go slow and all this other stuff. And then we uploaded that video on YouTube. And that was the very first video. After that, I made several other videos of stuff. And one of the videos that, let me see if I can get to it. So I made several other videos after that, but then I started making videos and I still didn't have SWRC. Okay, I still didn't have that channel. I was still using this. And I was making videos of guitar stuff. I was actually afraid, to believe it or not, I was actually afraid to, let me put that right there. I was actually afraid to make videos of my shop because I thought that somebody might see my videos and see inside my shop and see all the stuff I'm doing and possibly break in and steal stuff out of my shop. So I did not make any car videos till a little while later. But so me and this other guy, we went to California to see my son. His name was Junior. And then Junior, I knew for a very long time. But when we used to hang out, like I said, I started making videos. And one of the videos that I made, which got really, really popular on YouTube, well, I think it was popular, 47,000 views. I think that's the most views I've had on a video. Is this one right here. Okay. And this one here was 17 years ago. And what this one is It's about this homeless lady, and I'm going to go ahead and play it. And that's Junior. So these are homeless people, and look what we're looking at, guys. We might want to call this Shit Alley. This is where the homeless people would go to the bathroom. So I filmed that, but anyway, so we meet up with this girl. So we meet up with this girl in the video as we're filming downtown Dallas, homeless people. We meet up with this girl in the video as we're filming downtown Dallas. And then what's going on here? This is where we meet this girl. Let me go ahead and show you her. And I don't even know if she's still alive. She was living, let me show you where she was living at. And I'll put a link if you want to watch the whole video. Okay, so she was living in this guard shack. Let's get to it right here. Let's see where the guard, there it is. That's actually a guard shack, downtown Dallas on Northwest Highway. And it is a guard shack for a titty bar that has been closed down. And she actually was living in this place. Let's go ahead and go forward here. So she was actually living in here. And the way that she got in here, she had to crawl through the window. And this was her sugar shack. So the guy that she's with, she's paying, that guy paid her to you know what. Okay? Yeah, that's right. So this video is probably the most popular. Now look what she's wearing here. And then, of course, you know, she wants to have a party with me and Junior, which we didn't do, of course. And then she actually asks me, that's a rubber, people. Do you see what that is? That's a condom. She literally asked me to pick that up and throw it in the trash. Let's go ahead and listen to her ask me that. Hang on.
Get back to party. You take care of peace, love, and happiness, baby. Hey, we're gonna let you get. Hang on.
This is me, Vato.
Oh, Vato here's with you, huh?
You got the shirt on backwards, girl. So what do they look like? Can we take a sneak peek?
No, come on, man. Look, dude, look, they're having a party today, bud. Come on, man. Look, here. Okay, hey, we're gonna let you get back to party. Baby, looky here.
Another condom over there.
There's one. Okay, we're gonna let you get back to party. That's not yours? Damn, bud, I didn't just step on that with my foot, did I?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, Todd, you take care.
So she's asking me to pick the trash up for her, guys.
That's not yours.
She's asking me to pick the trash up for her, guys.
Is that the bag for the party? Okay, that's the party trash bag. Yeah. Hey, are you serious? You're joking, right? Do you want me to pick those up? Oh, are you serious?
Okay, so she wanted me to pick all the trash up for her. I couldn't believe that she even asked me to do that. What a fucking joke, man. So yeah, that's a guard shack that she was living in, people. Unbelievable. But yeah, 17 years ago today, my friend Pete started making videos on this channel. And yeah, awesome, right? So let me go ahead and put this back on here now and get on with the story. So anyway, you know, 17 years of video making, and my daughter's the one that started it all, because eventually I would probably find out about YouTube, but my daughter's the one that got me involved in that. And the videos that I used to make when I first started, they had a lot of cussing in them. They were poorly edited, and I used to try to make one every day. Okay, I would make one every day to put on YouTube. I cussed in them a lot, and you know, we just went on with the program of being loud, I guess you can say. But anyway, I just want to wish myself a happy birthday and many more years to come. All I can say, I'm getting older and uglier, and I'm trying to take care of myself and hope to be around a little bit longer. How long, we don't know. The only person that knows is Jesus Christ. He's the only one that knows how long we're going to be here and when our time comes. Always believe in God. Make sure God is in your life, not just as a believer, but as a follower. All right? We got this many people that claim they believe in Him, but we only got this many people that are followers. There's a difference, trust me. Am I telling you to go out there and be a Bible beater? No, I'm not. I'm not telling you to be a Bible beater. What I am telling you to do is wake up in the morning and don't tell yourself that you're going to fucking hide. We had a guy comment, I woke up this morning, I'm going to hide all day. Why? Why are you going to fucking hide? That doesn't make sense. It's a beautiful day out. The sun is shining. The weather is great. You should be outside. You should be at least sitting outside on your porch, breathing the fresh air instead of your stalemate fucking house that probably smells like shit because you just woke up and took a big shit. God gave us the beauty of daylight and sun and heat from the sun and cold from the snow. Enjoy it while you can. You might not be here tomorrow, bitch. Tomorrow, you might not be able to leave a comment on a stupid video like this that says, I just woke up. I think I'm going to hide all day. Why? That's what I'm asking you. Why? That doesn't make sense. We had a guy got killed, Charlie Kirk. I'm sure everybody in the world knows about Charlie Kirk. He was an awesome guy. He would go around and talk at universities to young kids and get them involved in real life instead of hate. He would get them involved in love. Well, somebody killed him. We want to wish Charlie Kirk's family that was left behind all the best. And we're really sorry that Charlie Kirk got killed. There's a couple other guys that do the same thing as Charlie Kirk. And from what I understand, they're hiding and they're not going to be doing it. So, you know, public speaking these days is very dangerous. It's a dangerous, dangerous world out there. Sometimes I even get a little scared when I make videos, or possibly when I go to those rallies. I don't go to the big giant rallies. I go to the small contained ones because you don't know what's going to happen to you in these vile public rallies of these evil, destructive people. First of all, when you go to these rallies, these, I'm going to say Democrat rallies, these hater rallies, do you think that they check all these people for weapons? All you got to do is say the wrong thing to the wrong person, and it's going to click them fuckers in the head and probably stab you or hit you over the head with a fucking hammer or something, okay? We live in a dangerous world, people. We live in the most dangerous world that we probably have ever lived in our lives. This generation of people or kids that are growing up now is the worst generation of America. I'm not even going to say America. I'm going to say the world. Because the world is full of hate. There's no love in the world anymore. Nobody calls their, they call them partners, okay? They don't say husband, they don't say girlfriend. They say this is my partner. This is my person. This is my human. What the fuck? What kind of disgusting shit is that? I'm putting my knee pads on as we're talking. I got to work today, bitch. Okay, and then after work, I'm going to church. But what I'm trying to say is there is no more fear. Listen close. There's no more fear of God. Everybody can sit there and say, God is love. I love God. God is nice. God is great. No, what you better tell yourself is God is fear. You don't do right in life. You hide in your fucking house. You don't go outside in the sun. You treat other people like shit. You don't help your fellow brother or sister. You're greedy and vile and self-centered. You better fear God, bitch. Because God will strike you down. The 10 Commandments are real. Read them. Study them. Believe in them. We've seen very many, transactions of happenings that happened to people that didn't do what they were supposed to or said something wrong about Jesus Christ or God. We saw them be struck down. These fucking Hollywood actors and these politicians and everybody else that is in the public eye that is vile, vicious, and mean toward Jesus Christ and God. If you don't think that'll happen to you, you're wrong. Treat God like shit, and you will be shit on. So, should we fear God, or should we go around telling everybody to love God? That God is great, and we love Jesus. Does this make any sense to you? I don't know if it does or not. But I can tell you this much. I'm still here 17 years later, and I ain't talking about this bullshit YouTube crap. I'm talking about right now living and doing what I do in my world. This is my world. You can't come in my world and order me around. It ain't going to happen. My measly 1 little acre here that I got fenced off with my shop on it, my fucking house, is my world. And when I wake up every morning, I pray to Jesus Christ. And I fear God that if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, that He leads me through my day of activities, that something might happen to me. God is great. God is love. But God is also fear. Remember that. And don't forget it. And to all those people out there that don't believe, there's nothing I can do for you. But I will still help you out just as if you were my brother or sister. I don't disown and I don't fucking shed. Anybody that walks in my shop and anybody that fucking knows me, okay, knows that I help everybody out one way or the other. Because that's what I do. I'm that guy. We got comments here. Too many crazies, Pete. Yeah, very lax security. Rooftop, really? I don't know what that meant, Mopar Nut. That was from somebody else's comment. God is always first. Without Him, you have nothing. That's exactly right. I was talking to a guy yesterday. Okay, I was talking to a guy yesterday. We were talking about money. I told him I don't give a fuck about having money. Okay? Money is nothing more than paying your fucking bills. Of course you need money to put food on the table. And of course you need money so you can pay your rent and everything else. But when you don't have God in your life, the fear of God, the love of God, money is hard to get. Because you're always asking yourself and telling yourself how poor you are. And that you want to hide in your fucking house. And you're depressed. And you're scared. That's because God is putting the fear in you, and you better be scared, bitch. He is trying to tell you, wake the fuck up and see the real fucking world. Until you become a believer and a follower, you won't see the sunshine in your eyes. You won't see and feel the heat from the sun when you walk outside on your face. You won't feel the coldness from the snow when it falls. You will only feel numbness. And you'll want to hide in your house because there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. You've done it all. You've been there. And now all I got to do, where am I going to get my fucking rent money? Where am I going to get food to put on my table? Where am I going to get this? I need new shoes. I need gas in my car. I need everything. Until you realize that all you're doing is feeling sorry for yourself and whining on your own shoulder, and nobody gives a fuck. When you call people up bitching and complaining, they aren't even listening to you. All right? They're doing this while you're talking. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Gosh, that sucks. Hey, listen, I gotta go, okay? I gotta go. I'll call you later. They don't give a shit. Nobody cares about you and your problems. And the only way to get rid of those problems and to do what you need to do is to believe in God and to follow Jesus Christ. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, all three together. I'm not going to sit here and be a preacher of Jesus Christ to you because I'm not a preacher. I am a believer. And when you're a believer and you have everything in your life that you need, and we're not talking money, I don't care about money. I work my ass off to get my money because I want to fucking work. And I like to work. I have a sciatic nerve problem going on right now, but you know what? I'm not sitting on my ass feeling sorry for myself. I'm not laying in my fucking bed whining and crying. I'm out there fucking working. I'm moving my body around. I'm stretching. And in about a week, it'll all be gone. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. Wishing myself a happy birthday today of 17 years on YouTube. And Mopar Nut here is making a lot of comments. Money comes and goes. You can always make more money, but time is another thing. Let's talk about money for a minute. I got a guy in Dallas. His name's Les. Polak Les. He owns all these Mercedes. Most of them are junk cars. And I used to fix all his Mercedes, and I used to restore them. I don't anymore because I'm out here. And he might send me another one or two. I don't know. But every time I talk to him on the phone, I don't like talking to him. Because all he does is complain about, poor me. Oh, my God, it's so rough. Things aren't going good. It's just sad. It's sad. And he's about a year older than I am. He's got 3 children that he had at a very late age. They're 10 and 12. And all he does is complain, whine, and cry. And I don't even like talking to him. But let me tell you something about this fucking guy. He's a billionaire. He's got more money than him, his children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and on will ever spend in their life. And he's one of the most unhappy, depressed motherfuckers I've ever fucking met. I don't even like talking to him on the phone because that's all he has. Oh, it's just so bad over here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I tell him, this is what I tell him. Sell your fucking business. Pack your shit up. Find a place like I got. Build yourself a fucking shop. Put your Mercedes in there and work on those all day, every day. And raise your children. He's 67, I think, 68. He's a couple of years older than me. And his life is ruined. He's stuck. Is that what you want to be? You want to be stuck? He was born and raised a Catholic in Poland. He showed me this book one day and said, you need to read this book. Why do I need to read that book? This tells you the real story about Catholicism. I'm not a Catholic anymore. I don't believe in God. God's bullshit. God's fake. If you read this book, it'll tell you everything. Oh, read a book that some no-name piece of shit wrote that doesn't believe in God. He's an atheist. And I'm supposed to read that book? Fuck off. I told him a couple times, I said, you need to get back into church. You need to start believing in God and things will change for you. He doesn't listen, okay? Doesn't listen, doesn't give a fuck. So if you're that guy and you're like this other guy and you're saying to yourself, gee, that sounds like me. Well, maybe you ought to wake up, motherfucker. Maybe you ought to fucking think about what's real and what's not. That's God punishing him for being a billionaire and putting him in the black hole that he is and saying, you fucked up. You are a true Christian and you turned your back on me. The fear of God works in mysterious ways. One way is telling you, I'm not going outside today. I'm going to hide all day. God is putting the fear in you and making you scared and depressed. Think about that, bitch. Think about it. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. Looking around my shop every fucking day at stuff that's not worth a nickel or a dime to anybody. Do you see that, people? There's something that I just looked at. That ain't worth nothing to nobody. When I die, that'll go in the trash. But what that is a fucking message to you, the viewer. Right there. If you don't know what that means, look it up, bitch. I look around my office and look at all this stupid stuff that I got. And when I die, it's going to be one of the biggest estate sales you've ever seen. People are going to come from hundreds of miles to hoard over all this stuff and get their hands on it so they can buy it dirt fucking cheap. Dirt cheap. But you know what? It's my stuff, and it makes me happy. It's not money in a bank. I don't give a fuck about money. Money is good for one thing. Pay your fucking bills and eat some food. That's it. Right there. Right there, guys. That's it.